and welcome to my next video in my Vlogmas month. I am a little behind on editing this, but hopefully I will get it up quite soon. I am posting this vlog for my Disney World trip. You might remember I just went to Disney World a couple months ago, but my sister is currently working there, which is why we've been making multiple trips out to see her and to visit Disney World. So the travel there went pretty smoothly. I hate traveling on airplanes, but I survived and we made it to Disney World. We stayed at a resort actually on property this time, which was a new experience, and I really enjoyed it. We stayed at Port Orleans Riverside Resort, which was a really cool like Princess Tiana themed room, and I had a lot of fun there. As you can see, the entire place is just absolutely gorgeous. All of the architecture and just like the landscaping and everything is really, really beautiful. Our room was quite small, but it was a very cute themed Princess Tiana room, or like princess room, with like these lovely like portrait mural things behind the bed. So I did really enjoy the room, even if it was tiny. It was fun to be in like a magical themed room because I don't think I've ever done that before. So, room tour done. I was actually speaking in this clip, but you couldn't hear me very well for some reason, so I'm just going to talk over it. I was just showing you my outfit of the night. I wore this dress I got from Target, and we went and had dinner in Disney Springs. Last time we went to Disney Springs, it was a pretty terrible experience, to be honest. The restaurant we ate at was okay, but it was just so packed and busy and overwhelming. This time it was a bit better. It was busy, but I enjoyed it a lot more. We went to the Italian restaurant that's in Disney Springs, and that had some really delicious food. So it was a nice ease into a very busy week. After dinner and some walking around and some shopping, I bought these Christmas ears. We enjoyed the little fake snow ceremony they have with the Christmas tree at Disney Springs, and then my sister and I opened a couple of our boxes from the Sephora calendar to catch up. I brought hers with to drop it off with her since I accidentally mailed it to my house instead of hers, and then we got ready for Magic Kingdom the next day. I really wanted to experience Magic Kingdom at opening, so I made everyone get up with me and go right away in the morning. They don't do a big show for opening anymore, but I just wanted to be there when it opened. So I had a lot of fun. And there was actually a wedding going on that morning, which was actually really cool to see. So this is the bride and groom. They're in a horse and carriage, and they're leaving down Main Street. And then when I walked a little bit farther towards the castle, there's like this green grass area that had all their chairs, and all the bridesmaids and everyone were over there. So that was a really cool little thing to see. I can't imagine ever spending that much money on a Disney wedding, but I'm very happy for them. What a cool experience. And then we just sort of started to walk around, see the castle. It really is magical to see in the morning. I know a lot of people disagree, but I think going right away in the morning is like the best time to go into the parks. It's just so cool to see as everything opens and it's like a brand new day. I really enjoy it. They still have all the 50th decorations on the castle for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. They all look really cool. But so we were just walking around, what do they call it? Fairy Tale Land or something. I didn't get to look around in there very much last time we were here, so I had a lot of fun. Here was a mural of Cinderella and the evil stepsisters, and then we got to go on a couple of the rides back here. We also did get to meet a couple princesses. We met Tiana and Rapunzel, which is my favorite part of Disney World, so I'm glad that they've started to implement that a little bit. It is distanced and you have to take your own photo, but I will take whatever I can get. It was a lot of fun. We went on It's a Small World, which I didn't realize how different this ride was in Disney World compared to Disneyland. Like the outside is insanely different. And then I went on Peter Pan's Flight for actually the first time and really enjoyed that one. Just walking around Fairy Tale Land. I love the Tangled area for the bathrooms. I wish there was like a Tangled ride or something. I feel like it's one of the best movies and there's not more for it. But then we went on the steamboat in Frontierland. Is this called Frontierland? I don't know. But that was a fun little thing. It's a relaxing like break you can take, and you actually get to see some cool stuff too. And we were just walking around. I tried the 50th anniversary churros, which were really good. And then I went on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train for the first time, which was an exciting ride. And we ate in Columbia Harbor House, which was very delicious. Then we got to go on Pirates of the Caribbean, which I was excited for because I did not get the chance to go on that last time, and it is one of my favorite rides. After that little mini parade for the 50th, we went on Splash Mountain, which is one of my favorite rides. It was pretty hot this day, so it was nice to cool off a little bit with this water ride. This mini parade had Moana in it, who I've never seen in the parks, which was really cool. I tried this like mixed flavor Dole Whip, and then it started raining, so it was kind of cold to be eating Dole Whip, but I enjoyed it anyway. And then we went to the Christmas store, did a little shopping, and there was another mini parade. This one had Tinkerbell. I actually ended up seeing this a couple times throughout the week, the Tinkerbell one. It's cool that they're able to do these little mini parades, even though they don't have full parades right now. And then we did spend a little bit of time in Tomorrowland as well, just to go on Space Mountain, and then we actually ate dinner there at the like Cosmic Rays Cafe or something. I don't know, this restaurant in there. And then we watched the fireworks, which I will be fully honest with you, I will never be doing that again. The crowds gave me an actual panic attack. So I will never, ever be standing in the middle there again. And I will say this was the only time I was disappointed in like the employees of Disney, because they were not doing anything to help control the crowds or like the direction of the crowds as they left after the fireworks. It was honestly super disappointing. The fireworks were really cool to see and like the show, but like no employees were doing anything to help. So that was really difficult for me. So after I calmed down for a little bit, like I sat down and gathered myself, and then we walked out. This is the next day now. I'm wearing my WandaVision shirt for Animal Kingdom. I am excited because the safari part of Animal Kingdom is honestly one of my favorite parts in the parks. So I was excited to visit that and go on a couple of the rides here. So we did get to see quite a few cool animals on the safari, and then right after, in the Gorilla Falls, I think they call it, the gorillas were out. And you may not know this about me, but gorillas are my favorite animal of all time. I think it's my really deep attachment to the Tarzan movie as a kid, but I love gorillas, and they were just right there. I could see them. He was walking around gathering his little leaves. I'm not kidding when I say I pushed children out of the way to get to front row to see him walking around like that. And it was the highlight of my life. So I have this captured from this angle, and my sister took a video from the other side. Because it just, oh my God, I love them so much. I have never seen a gorilla in real life before, so I can't even express in words how much I loved this. This time when we went, Cali River Rapids was open, so we were able to go on that ride. And I'm not kidding when I say my entire outfit got soaked, like my shirt and my pants. It's like I went swimming in them, so that was interesting for the rest of the night. And then this time we got to spend a bit more time in the Pandora section of Animal Kingdom, which I was excited because the magic that they have set up in this area is just so cool. I have no clue how they built these giant structures, but they are incredible to look at. So I had so much fun. We went on the river ride, and I did enjoy that. And it is time for the next day. My sister and I started early in Hollywood Studios. I'm wearing my Loki outfit. My mom had to do a late start this morning because she had some work to do on her laptop, but my sister and I went right at open so we could ride Tower of Terror as many times as possible because that is my favorite ride, and I wanted to go in the morning when the wait would be short. And it worked. I rode it with her 4 times that morning, and then we did go once again later that day when my mom came into the parks. For some reason this day we had a bit of bad luck with rides shutting down. So we were gonna go on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Train, whatever that ride's called, but it was broken down for a while, so we didn't get to go right away. So we walked around this Walt Disney Museum, the Star Wars Museum, saw this little parade, watched this little movie cartoon, and then we're able to go on the train ride. And then we also tried to go on the Rise of the Resistance Star Wars ride that day, and we had a fast pass for it, but it broke down and never came back up before we left, so didn't get to do it on this day. But we did walk around in the like Star Wars area because we had gone in because our fast pass was like right then, and then we walked up to the ride and it shut down. But it is still cool to just walk around and see everything. Rey was out, and this other character who frankly I have no idea who she is. She's not from the movies, I don't think. But I just enjoy walking around and seeing everything. We thought about eating in Star Wars Land, but honestly, none of the food looked good, so we went and ate in, I think at the back lot, it's called, I'm not really sure. But we saw Chewie and just got to walk around, which was so much fun. We walked through Toy Story Land. Both trips, we didn't really do anything in Toy Story Land because the waits are insane and they're not rides that I necessarily need to go on. But we did do Tower of Terror one more time, like I said earlier. It is my absolute favorite. It is the best ride in the parks. And then afterwards, we had a little bit of ice cream at the shop by Tower of Terror, and then went home after that. But we actually did stop by the other Port Orleans hotel to try their beignets because this is Princess and the Frog kind of themed. This hotel was built before that movie, but they started doing these beignets when I think when that movie came out, I would imagine. But they were delicious, 10 out of 10. So the next day we spent a bit of the morning in Epcot. This morning we just went on a couple rides. We went on the Finding Nemo ride and spent quite a lot of time in the aquarium afterwards because I straight up did not even know they had an aquarium here after. So we got to see the dolphins, which were so cool to see. It is a little sad how Disney World acquired these dolphins, but it was like 25 years ago at this point, 20 years ago. We saw these manatees, who were actually rescued manatees, and they were getting their lunch, which is just the most adorable thing in the world. So we walked around the aquarium for quite a while and saw all the animals that they have, which is a really cool addition that I did not even know was inside of Epcot. We also rode the Land of the Living, I believe it's called, little boat ride for the first time, and that was actually really incredible to see all the gardening and research and science and everything that they're doing in Epcot. I've never been on this ride before, so it was really interesting to see all these cool details, and it was decorated for Christmas. We didn't spend much time in the World Showcase on this day, but we did stop into England and saw Mary Poppins. And then in Canada, we tried this mashed potatoes and beef, and then the first of the holiday stroll cookies. And then we walked over onto Mexico because that is where we had our reservation in the restaurant inside of the big pyramid with that like looks over the ride that's inside of Mexico. So that was really cool. I really wanted an experience of like eating inside the ride. So I was very excited to try it, and the food was delicious. A little expensive, but really a cool experience, and I definitely want to try some of the other sit-down restaurants inside of Epcot. After lunch, we went on the newer Frozen ride, which was magical and I loved it. But in the last scene of the ride, we got stuck. The entire ride shut down. We were stuck in the boat. It probably was only like 30, 40 minutes. and we got evac'd off the ride. They had to drain a bit of the water that the boat was in and then turn off the main power so that this walkway would be available for us to step onto and then exit like backstage. So that was fun. Never been evac'd off a ride before, so that was a new experience. After that fun little detour, we decided to meet my sister after work in Animal Kingdom, so we went over there. We rode Everest a couple times since that ride will be shutting down soon for some like routine maintenance, but it's going to take I think 4 or 5 months. So we rode that a couple times. We went on the dinosaur ride and walked around Dino Land and everything, and then watched the new presentation ceremony thing for the holidays that they present on the Tree of Life, which was really pretty to see. The next day we were back in Epcot, and this time we were here to do the World Showcase. It did start with a coffee that day, but we started by walking around the whole circle. We started on the Mexico side and went around. I wanted to try as much food as possible. That was basically the goal. So there was lots of delicious snacks to try. They have the Festival of the Holidays going on right now, so this was in Italy. It was lobster ravioli. It was absolutely delicious. And then there was this peach wine of some sort that was actually really good. And then in America, we got this vegetarian pot pie, which was really good, and that chocolate cookie, which was not my absolute favorite, but it was really good. The German cookie, which I guess I didn't take a video of, was the best cookie. And then we walked around Japan for a little bit, went through all of their shops, and then had the sushi Christmas tree, which was very good. It was pretty basic sushi, but still delicious. And then there was the food in Morocco. There was this bread and then kebabs. That was by far the best food. And then that was at the Hanukkah stand, I think. The black and white cookie was okay. And then the salmon was pretty good too. And then we did the Beauty and the Beast sing-along. And they just had all these cool little French cases, display cases. We went in the perfume shop. I might have bought something. And then we got to go on the brand new Ratatouille Ride, which I was so excited to do because I've obviously never been on it. It just opened a few months ago here in Disney World, so I had so much fun trying that for the first time. I will say, if you're going to Disney World anytime soon, just get it over with and pay for the lightning pass for this ride. I got up at like 7:30 and bought these. I don't know if you have to get up early to buy the passes, but I did, and it was totally worth it. It was like $10 per person. I would so much rather do that than deal with their weird line situation. This was the food in France, which was pretty good. I liked that vodka hot chocolate that my mom got. This was the cookie at the end of the festival, and it was terrible. The gingerbread was not good at all. But this milkshake that you got for completing the holiday walk, like cookie walk, was really good. So that was our day in Epcot. It was pretty good. We ended the night going on the Figment Ride, which for some reason I think a lot of people hate, but I thought it was pretty fun. It's a pretty basic ride, but I enjoyed it. So this next day was actually our day off of the parks. We had to go visit some family that lives near Walt Disney World, like 2 hours away, so it was a long drive. So I did get some reading done, and we were at least able to see the beach while we were there, so that was nice. It was very cold and like starting to rain, but it was still nice to see the water. I haven't been to the beach in years. And then that night we went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home, which, no spoilers for me, but it is now, I think, my favorite Marvel movie. I loved it so much. The last day, I'm so sad to say that, it was pouring rain, so we did cave and I got one of those like raincoat things. But it was a lot of fun. We started the morning in Hollywood Studios and waited in line for Rise of the Resistance because the lightning passes were sold out. Lightning Lane was like sold out for all the rides in Hollywood that day, and like you couldn't even book, like I bought Lightning Lane for the regular rides and you couldn't even book times because it was sold out, which I didn't even know was a thing, which was a little inconvenient. But we waited in line for Rise of the Resistance, and it wasn't too bad. I really enjoyed this ride. I love the presentation and like the show of it. So then we grabbed some lunch by Tower of Terror because I wanted to go on that again, but the line was too long. So we hopped on over to Magic Kingdom since we didn't get to spend as much time here, and just wanted to walk around and to shop and to see all the magical Christmas decorations. And we tried some Christmassy treats as well on Main Street. We spent some time in Tomorrowland going on rides that I don't think I've ever been on. We went on the People Mover, which was really cool because you see so many cool views. We also went on the Carousel of Progress, which was an interesting little show, and we just kind of walked around Tomorrowland for a while. I got to meet Stitch, which was the most exciting thing in the world to me. I do wish that we got to spend a little more time in Magic Kingdom, but I still had a lot of fun in going on a couple of these rides, which I've never been on. We also went on the Haunted Mansion since we didn't get to do that the other day, and that was a lot of fun. The only ride I didn't get to do was the Winnie the Pooh ride, so I think overall a pretty good trip. This is me saying goodbye to the park. I really didn't want to go. I really wish I wasn't home now having to get ready for work, but it was an incredible trip. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to do a separate haul video of everything that I bought because I may have went a little overboard, but I enjoyed the trip very, very much, and I hope you enjoyed my video, and I will see you guys next time. Happy holidays.